Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, Militia Manslaughter, set on Ambrose Island and supplied to us today by josephsbatman. So moving on to our briefing, well, murder is part of the job, Militia 47. And moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the central social hub. We're going to have the Seeker 1 stored up in the boat cradle, and we'll be bringing with us a remote emetic gas grenade in a briefcase and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to put down this beer, make our way around to the one and only bathroom I know of on the map. We're going to pull out our gas grenade from the briefcase, return it to the briefcase, and then select the detonator. We're going to make our way back around to the slapping competition and our first target right here. We're going to trigger the gas grenade behind him, but not too close. We only want to make him sick on his own, so that he is the only one coming to the bathroom and he doesn't wander off somewhere else. So we need his outfit before we dispose of him, so we won't be giving him a nice refreshing cold drink when he arrives. We will be dealing with him. We'll give him a nice easy going neck massage. So here he comes now. Once he gets into the cubicle, we're going to render him unconscious using our briefcase. So let's see about now. There you go. Now luckily enough, he has fallen just right. We're going to take his outfit. We're going to give him a neck massage. Now I have tried to shoot him in the past, but every time I aim my gun at him, he disappears. So I believe this guy has some witchcraft about him. We're going to deposit him in the crate provided, and we can then move on to our next target, who is located at the boathouse, and we're going to head straight there. There is one enforcer we have to avoid just at the boathouse entrance, so we're going to go the long way round, and we're going to go up onto the boathouse area here and cut through the boathouse instead of around the other side. So for this particular one, we cannot stick around for the elimination, unfortunately. So our target, there you see he is. He's about to put down the acetylene torch. Now we can't detonate that, as we will eliminate at least 2 other people. So we're going to wait for him to go for a break, where he will walk out onto the pier and have a cigarette, where we can then shoot him in the leg. He will then fall into the water and drown, but we can't stick around for that, as that will cause some panic and will cause some enforcers. So we want to be well on our way away from the area when that happens. So we're now going to head towards the cove area, and we're going to stop off at the boat cradle along the way to collect our Seeker 1, as we will need that for our next elimination. Somewhere just here, there we go. So once we've got the Seeker 1, we can continue on to the cove, and our next target, who is one of the patrolling pirates. Now he has a colleague with him, so that will make this somewhat more difficult, and he's also in an area where there are quite a number of people wandering around. So there is our target. As you can see, there are at least 4 other people in the area. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for our target to start making his way along the beach along with his colleague, and then the boat you can see just on our left there, we are going to position ourselves behind when we take our shot. So as our target moves off, we're going to get in behind them, and once we get behind it or past this boat, we're going to crouch down and move over to our right, shoot our target in the back. He will get sick and he will make his way to the end of the pier to purge himself. Now unfortunately the timing of this is such that the gentleman you can see coming towards us is also making his way to the end of that pier. So we're going to stop right here between the two buildings, pull out our silenced pistol. We're going to wait for our target to reach the end of the pier and start purging himself. And you can see on the minimap we're about to be joined by another gentleman who is going to get distracted by our target. So this is a risky maneuver, but we are going to manage to pull it off. I do take my shot a little bit early, so we're just going to wait for our friend here to lose interest and go back to his routine. He should theoretically turn to his left. As I said, I took my shot a little early, but we got away with it. We're going to shoot our target in the leg and he will fall into the water, and we are 4 targets down with 1 more to go. So our final target is located over by the ruins, so we're going to cut through the forest and head that way now. Now our final target is also an enforcer, so we're going to go around past these stairs to the ruins and along the beach, where we will find a vine, and we can climb up that vine and get behind our target. Once up here we can then select our Seeker 1. We're going to reload the Seeker 1, and just as we're about to take our shot, as you can see, there is one of the cooks or chefs making his way up the stairs, so we're just going to let him go past. So I said we're on to our final target. I was lying, we actually have 1 more left. We're only 3 targets down and not 4. So we're just going to shoot our target in the back with the Seeker 1. He will stop being an enforcer at this point, and he's going to make his way to where we climbed up the vine to purge himself once he's decided to go that way. Now unfortunately at this point we will suffer the punch glitch. I don't know why, but it does keep happening. As long as we can deposit this guy into unconsciousness quickly enough, it's not really an issue. I mean, we could pounce on him right now if we so wished. It's probably best if you do, actually, just to avoid the punch glitch, but I don't mind it in this case. As I said, we managed to get away with it. So once our target is unconscious, we're going to drag him out into the ocean, and he is going to have a nice refreshing cold drink of salt water, which is going to disagree with him. So there we go, 4 targets down now for definite, with 1 more to go, and our final target is Orson Mills, should I say, from the Hawke's Bay map. So what we're going to do is make our way up and onto the ruins. There is Orson. He, as you can see, is an enforcer, and there are a couple of other enforcers in this area. So we need to get up and over to the far side of the ruins, where we will encounter a poisonous frog. There will actually be 2 in the area. It's a shame we don't have the emetic, the poisonous flower there. That one's emetic. For some reason, IO did manage to get rid of all of the lethal poison flowers for some reason. There were a few dotted about both here and on Haven Island, but they all seem to have disappeared. So we're just going to make our way past everybody and out the other side of the ruins, and just over here by the floodlights we will find a poisonous frog. We're going to grab that frog, return to the ruins, and Orson should be just leaving. There he goes, and we're going to position ourselves ready in position to add our poisonous frog to the bottle of water on the table here. So we just need to pick our moment carefully. So there's a gentleman just off there, as you can see, and one just to our right. The gentleman to our right is just moving away. The gentleman to our left is also doing the same. And once they are both safely past us, we can add our poisoned frog to the bottle of water, and we can start to make good our escape. So there's no point hanging around for Orson, as he's going to be a little while, and there are a number of enforcers running around. So we're just going to go and wait by the nearest available safe exit, which in this case, for me at the very least, because I get lost in the woods, is going to be the cove exit where we took out target number 3. So we're just going to wait for this gentleman to make his way back down to the pier. We're going to make our way into the building, remove the brick, and under the brick we will get the cove boat key, and then all we have to do is await for the demise of Orson Mills once he gets back to his bottle of water. So once Orson has been dealt with, we can then hop onto the cove boat and we can head out of this rather broken map. I'm afraid I have not yet got round to fixing many of the bugs on this map. Hopefully they will do very soon though. So we have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.